Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing a love life career reading. And let's jump into it. These cards that I'm using are the Wildwood Tarot. It's the first deck I ever got. They look a little rough and beat up. That is why. Alright, let's jump into this. Love, please. One card for love. Nope. I got the Crow and the Stag, but we just want one card. So one card for, wow, it's not only give me one card. One card, oh, there we go, for love. All right, we have the Nine of Stones upside down. One card for life, please. One card. You just give me all kinds of stories today. One card for life, please. Here we go. And one for, no. One for career. There it is. Not yet learning something new, but will be. Okay. So for the first card, love, we have Nine of Stones. This card talks about like tradition, balancing the different pieces of the world, like the spiritual, the metaphysical. And he's sitting there with a moon behind him. So there's a lot of unknown, but it's upside down. So let's see what this has to tell us. Nine of Stones, please. Nine of Stones. Anything else? For Nine of Stones. There it is. All right. So for Nine of Stones, we have the Seven of Arrows, which is insecurity. We have the King of Stones and the Queen of Cups. But the Nine of Stones is upside down. This makes me think that regarding love, like you are not looking currently because there are these insecurities here. There's like things that haven't been addressed that you still need to process through, these insecurities, and that's making you be in this space of not even looking, not even like actively looking for anything, because these are underneath there and you first need to process those before you turn this card right side up, start looking for something, right? That said, I do see that there's a King of Stones here and a Queen of Vessels. These two make me think that when you do start looking, you're looking for something stable and something that you can fully emotionally invest in, right? Maybe you just came out of something and you just need some time for yourself to process all that happened in that situation and process all the pieces of it. And when you're ready again, you'll be ready to look for something like this. Boundaries around what you accept, boundaries around who you accept, right? Like, I think it's inner work here. That's what I should have started with. Inner work here. And then once you come out of that inner work, you kind of know what you want, know what you're looking for, know what you're willing to accept, but you're not willing to accept. And looking for something that's worth it to you, right? That's worth investing in, that's worth building a foundation with, all of that you can trust. That's love. Let's look at life. So life, we have Page of Stones. Putting that first stone down on something. Let's get the Page of Stones, please. Page of Stones. Oh, Pole Star. Okay. Oh, the Wheel. Okay. Something is changing in life. Anything else for life? Okay. So for life, you have the pole star, the wheel, and this 3 of vessels upside down. This immediately tells me looking for something other, right? In life, you're laying foundations to build something new. So the pole star is like following your dreams, your hopes, desires, wishes, right? Things you big dream on, things you dream big on. Oh my gosh. Like that big hope you have, that big dream you have, that you know, like, oh, I want to run a food truck, or oh, I want to build a fashion line, right? Oh, I want to be self-employed. Those big dreams you have, right? I want to move and live in another country. Whatever it may be, right? This is that big dream, and you are looking at that big dream now and trying to figure out how to lay a foundation to get there. And of course, with that comes a lot of change. So having made this decision that you want to build a foundation on a dream, right? Dreams, whatever it may be, whatever yours is, the wheel, right? The wheel starts turning because you're changing the situation. You're laying a foundation for a path that will lead you somewhere different than where you are currently. And I think you're building this because in the current situation, right? Like you're lacking the joy. This card talks about like happiness. 3 of Cups is like community and people and joy and happiness and laughter, right? Friendship, all of that. And I think you're lacking that in here. So I think you're looking to build something that brings you joy by working on this dream and moving forward with it, changing your circumstances and turning this right side up, right? To where you are involved in community, family, friends, or whatever that may mean. Joyous connections. Maybe it's like building something with people, right? Maybe you build a business that you get 2 of your friends together or 2 of your family members together or whoever, right? And you're building with them. And so you're in this energy of building together, working with the community, working with people, and that brings you joy. So this is like you're laying the foundation for this. It's stone, so you're not running towards it. You're being mindful of how you build this. You're being mindful of how you lay it down. I think more so you're looking at the process of it, right? Like, how would I go about working towards this? What will have to change? You know, and what am I hoping for of this, right? Like you're analyzing and you're laying the first stone, which could just be like doing the research, right? Figuring out how to start the process of working towards whatever the star is. How do I do it? What do I need to do? What are the in and outs around the situation I need to account for before I start actually taking action on moving this forward? So I think of this as like doing the research for this star and figuring out how you can incorporate this into your life and how you can start building this to change and move you towards this. All right. And last we have the 8 of Stones upside down. This one talks about like learning a new skill, like taking time to invest and just the process of that, right? Because like learning a new skill, nothing like you're like, I'm gonna go, right? He's carving bowls, I think. Yeah, out of rock and shapes, right? It's not something where you're like, I'm gonna go carve a rock. It just naturally, maybe some people, but for most, it doesn't just naturally come to you. Usually it's like, I'm going to carve a rock. And then you try to carve a rock and then you're like, what am I doing? You do some research, you figure it out, right? I think this was love life. This is career. In career, oh, I'm getting the message that you feel like you're not learning anything new. It's like maybe you've mastered this skill and now it's like, what else, right? Like, what else can I do? What else is there? So I feel like this card is saying like you're looking for new. What else can I learn? What else can I do? So you kind of feel stale in that sense. All right, let's see. Let's get some clarifiers for. Yep. Sorry. Let's see if I can get one more for career. There we go. Ah, interesting. Okay. So you have these, the Archer, the Queen of Bows, and the Seer. This immediately tells me that you're looking, I was correct in this, you're feeling like there's nothing new, right? Like there's no excitement, there's no You've learned the skill, you've mastered it, and now you're bored in the career space. So you're looking for something new to aim at, right? What is it I want to do? We talked about you building the foundation in life for that new star, but you're also looking for change. I'm not sure if those overlap, like if the star has to do with career, if the star has to do with just life, and career is separate. Either way, with career, you're looking for something new. You want to aim your arrow at something new, and you want to take action on it. And internally, you kind of already know what that is. Like, you know what would bring you joy. You know where you could be happy. You know what that could be. But I think you have to like work through the process of accepting that, because you already know with the seer where you want to be, what you want to do, how you want to do it, right? But then again, once you might know, but maybe you don't like cognizantly know, you unconsciously know. But it's finding that truth within yourself, right? Maybe by looking at where you want to aim your arrow. Where do I want to go? What would bring me joy? How could I do that, right? Taking action on a truth that you already have within you, that you still need to discover to figure out where to aim and where to move forward on. All right, that was career. Let's get a advice card for you. Those jumped right on out. I'm struggling with cards today, and those jumped right on out. Six of bows and five of bows. So I think currently where you are, you don't feel empowered or abundant. I think that's why the Norse star, you're looking for change within life in general. Like, how do I follow my true north? And how do I change to do what I want to do, what I'm being called to do, in addition to changing career, right? What do I want to aim at now that I feel like I've maximized in this space, but I'm not getting anything out of it anymore? I want to feel empowered and abundant, but you're not getting that currently. So it's looking at this and I guess go where you feel inspired to be, and go to places where you feel empowered and also abundant, right? Know that, don't accept lesser than what you deserve in that sense. Because if you go somewhere where you don't feel empowered, that's a big piece for you. That means something, right? So be not picky, but like have a boundary on like, don't just accept anything. Accept what makes you feel good and accept what makes you feel abundant. Abundant, charged, inspired, empowered, right? And build your foundation on that, including when you're building your North Star path, as well as when looking in the career path, right? If this job comes up in the career path that's paying you $150,000, but you already have a feeling like this will just be a job where I don't feel empowered, I micromanage, I have no time, da 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 da, right? Look at those factors when looking at the career and what you want. You want to be inspired again. You want to learn a new skill. Make sure that there is like markers for what you will accept and what you won't accept. Don't just accept anything, because that could put you right back here. So make sure that you kind of know what you're looking for and what you want out of the situation. There it is. For you to accept what's being offered. All right. I hope you enjoyed that.